Welcome back, kids. I know it's been a while since I posted a video, but I'll get into idea in this one. So yeah, thank you to my subs, and let's get into it. Now, for those of you who watch my videos, you might have been surprised by the subject today, but since this is mostly a self-improvement channel, to me it was a no-brainer to address a growing problem with our generation. Yes, you heard me. It's a problem, despite what you might have heard from the mainstream sources or even school. Yes, school. I remember a sex ed class in Sec 1 that said it was okay, but it's not. Now, unlike a preacher screaming a sermon, I have multiple scientific studies to back my claims. So, for this video, I chose two articles that, compiled a lot of these researches together, and both of these articles will be linked in the description. These two articles gave shocking side effects for people who viewed explicit content. Due to the sheer amount, I've separated them in three categories: relationships, mental, and physical. Now, since all of these are tied together, I'll just put them on the board. So, first off, this content may lead to poor mental health. It may lead to um, sexism, objectification, um, sexual abuse, and abusive misogynistic acts seen as normal. Now, as a guy, I do think that the word misogyny is often overused, often by people who hate men in an act of misandry. So it leads to, kind of feeling of a wound in the heart feeling ripped open whenever we hear the word misogyny pushed around. So, for the sake of this video, whenever I refer to misogyny, I use it by the original meaning, which is an act or a mentality that is, well, contains prejudice against women. Now, one example of sexual violence I can use is um, sexual strangulation, unconsensually, that is. If your partner likes it and you're okay with it, go out, I don't care. Now, it's commonly known that around puberty, we teens have an increase in sexual hormones that drive us to go seek sexual experiences. Now, the problem is for most of us, well, most teens, it is more accessible via internet pornography. And since we're more sensitive to these stimuli, this makes us more susceptible to PPU, problematic pornography use. This condition has many negative side effects, such as viewing more sexually violent material, which will be boosted by the algorithm and will give you, goddamn, forget to put that back on. And yeah, this will give you sexual dysfunction. Now, this sexual dysfunction may also lead to you, well, mixed with the algorithm, may also lead to you viewing child sexual abuse material. Now, the way these companies make you develop PPU is basically making their applications sticky, like the rest of internet companies. Basically, these companies want you to stay on their apps. But one advantage they have compared to others is that we have a built in reward center for sexual actions. So they just have to increase our sort of feelings, basically, uh, feeling of reward by providing novel stimuli, and this will get us to come back because this drive doesn't disappear. Now, with the rise of PPU, we can see an increase in harm, both physically and mentally. So much so they could see the changes in gray matter in your brains, in the regions that are used to control impulsive actions. So this means that you would be more susceptible to advertisements and, well, I'm putting this in metal, really matter, and you would be more susceptible to inhibit antisocial actions like coercion, harassment, and, like mentioned before, sexual abuse. Now, I got a little story for you guys that might fit with this whole theme. There's this one guy at my school that's sort of a reject, and nonetheless, he's still a nice guy. But one of my friends that knew him better was talking to him one day and actually saw his a part of his watch story accidentally. So he asked him, what it was, and the quote unquote reject, showed him his watch history. And I shit you not, it was full of Pokemon. Now, this got me thinking, could he watch this because of how he act, or did he act like he acted because of what he watched? Um, Personally, I don't know which one came first, but I think it might just be like a vicious circle. Either way, back to the subject. Now, apparently, a research at the University of Cambridge found that porn addicts' brain reacted the same way when watching images of explicit content that cocaine addicts reacted when seeing images of cocaine. Wrong place. Now, studies also found that PPU could impact somebody's ability to empathize with others. That may be why they also found that it could lead to narcissism. Now, they also found that it impacted people's ability to form relationships and normalize sexual behaviors similar to those of certain personality disorders. By the way, we're not done. Um, More studies found that this could lead to more antisocial behaviors and child on child sexual abuse. Not only that, but it may lead to your sexual relations no longer producing sexual arousal or even erection. This pandemic may lead to a rise in problems in our development, like our identity, our relationships, and the way we view our bodies. This is why there is an expected rise in plastic surgeries going forward. Now, you want a real bombshell? You don't even need to be addicted to these types of substances to feel any of these repercussions. Now, not all hope is lost. Well, we still need more studies on recovering addicts. There are many pornography addiction forums like NoFap or RebootNation.com that have many recovering addicts sharing their benefits on quitting these substances. Well, this content. These benefits range from resensitization to a return of compassion for the opposite gender, and even physical and mental issues like social anxiety, depression, and sexual dysfunction reduce or completely disappear. Now, for those who wondered, why it took me so long to upload a video, first of all, thank you. Second of all, it's because I've been, working on a group channel with my friends where we basically fuck around and do fun things together. So if you're interested to go see what content we did, it will be either in the description of this channel or at the bottom of my homepage. So thank you for watching. Thank you to my subs. Goodbye, and I'm gonna go watch Pornhub now.